readying themselves to attack the behemoth flesh warp on the arena floor. The heroes stood on the balconies above to rain down their destructive powers. Tulok cast Volok's die into the pit to great effect as an old enemy emerged from its facet and immobilized their foe before Tulok rose into the air with his newfound magical power of flight. Tossing hammers, swinging axes, throwing fire and sprouting blooms, even repelling with one's own entrails, the heroes found their victory swiftly and sought their rewards. With new powerful treasures in hand, they made their way to the laboratories to seek out their fiendish target in the cavernous lake yet to be explored. With much speculation and planning in hand, they set forth and were pushed astray by an unexpected elemental entity made of stone, and the heroes found themselves unprepared for the joust sprung upon them.
Hey there, listener. Duncan here with a quick favor to ask. We really like making the show here at Uncharted North. We like making Stemming the Tide. I know James and Freeman love making Encounter This as well. We're enjoying working on the future shows to come, and it would really help us out if you could tell a friend about us. Word of mouth is a really great way to build a podcast empire like we soon will have, and fan support like yours is really what helps us get there. And it doesn't even have to be a friend, tell a stranger, tell somebody that looks like they are into tabletop RPGs, and if they aren't, teach them. And then tell them to listen to the podcast. We always encourage people to come and say hi on our Discord. That's unchartednorth.com/Discord. It's a good group in there. We have a lot of laughs, had a couple cries. And just come say hi. And if you really like what we do, there is always the Patreon. You can head on over to patreon.com/unchartednorth. That's it. That's all. We'll get ahead to the episode now, but thanks for listening, and keep that north uncharted. Yeah.
Welcome back, denizens of the North, to the Uncharted North presents Stemming the Tide, episode 95. I can't count. 95. Thank you. Thank you, Scoot. Did you ever, I'm new here, so I just have a quick question. Did y'all ever think y'all were going to make it this far? Was there ever a point where you're like, there's only 3 of us, we get our shit pushed in with every fight we go into? Was there ever a moment you're like, fuck, how much more can we take of this abuse?
No.
Yeah, I think maybe the alternate of that question is, did you ever think you would have a TPK?
Oh, good point.
As a 3-person party.
Yes to that. No. I always thought we'd make it this far. I always knew we would finish the whole thing. We're going to finish the whole thing. It's going to happen. Just the way that we started the podcast, got everything ready, we really set ourselves up for success with the dedication of the crew to go the long haul. Now, did I think that a lot of people were going to die / maybe a TBK along the way? For sure. Was I consider like have we each made like 3 to 4 or more backup characters along the way just to be ready? Absolutely. The ranks of the Uncharted North are deep with backup characters.
Not all of them built into fully explored, but there's always ideas rolling.
What would you say has been like the most nail biting fight for y'all?
That last fight with Volok, the second he
Yep.
came out of that thing, I knew Gilda was dead. I knew it in my heart, and I hated it.
Oh, it was something else.
It was rough, and I blame myself.
How many deaths are you responsible for now, Scott?
What, in or out of game?
He's wanted for war crimes of the Hague.
In-game legal, for legal purposes.
Allegedly, I've got bodies.
None. I would say none.
Yeah, it's all on Freeman.
You know what?
I take the brunt. It's true. It's true. I mean, there is, yeah. I mean, I still really want to do a behind the scenes show one day, but it is, you know, the triggering of that second encounter with Volok was the deciding factor of that trigger was in fact Tulok's eagerness to confront. So.
In my defense, for the 100,000th time,
Yeah.
how the hell was that? I was supposed to know that thing was going to come out of the fucking machine in
I
like 2
know.
seconds. After it had been in there, the whole fight, like that
Yep.
whole drawn out fight with Gilda just throwing fucking books and shit at this creature on the
Right.
wall.
Yep.
And it was in there the whole time. And then I say a word or two, maybe its true name, and then it's fucking out in a flash.
Yeah.
Real.
I'm glad to see you're over it, though, Scott.
I mean, I've got my reasons. One day I'll explain them.
I still want to say Freeman with Phantasmal Killer. Like, that was still one of the most, like, hauntingly savage, beautiful,
vicious.
like, fucking
Yeah.
PC deaths I've seen. Like Chef's
Well-
Kiss, like, yeah.
James looks real happy
James did
about
his
you
part.
describing it
That's
that
for
way.
sure.
No, James
Yeah, I
did
mean,
a fucking
we should-
amazing job of selling that. Like, that's what
Oh, it was
made the whole
brutal,
thing go.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There are very
I'm
few
gonna
times.
hurt. You're all coming with me.
Yeah.
There are very few times. I've listened
Hell
to a fair number of podcasts and like seen character deaths, and none have hit me as hard as fucking Lady Gilda dying, like thinking she
Those
failed.
last
Like,
moments
that
were brutal.
that was
Yeah.
fucking holy shit.
Yeah, Freeman's single-handedly responsible for that with Phantom Killer.
That was it was a dick move.
Remember when Gilda put Physic outside of the door and we're just like, yes, Physic will live. And then
Yeah.
Volok went under the
just
door.
crawled under the door.
Freeman, you're a
Those-
sick bitch.
Yeah. You know me. I love a good death. I love a good death. Though I don't gun for them, I do love a good one, and I think we've had some good ones. Has anyone ever collected rocks?
Oh, when I was a kid, I had a little glass jar that I collected rocks. And I also
Why am I
love
not
that
surprised?
song on TV. That was on like, I don't know, whatever kids channel. I collect rocks. I collect rocks. I put them in my pockets, my socks. I collect rocks. Anyways, that was my vibe.
Somehow I knew if I just didn't segue properly and just asked that, Scott would have something. I just had this gut feeling.
So we had this place in Victoria called the Scratch Patch, and you would like your parents would pay some sort of money for like a size, like a dime bag for rocks, and then you would fill it up with whatever rocks you wanted from this big like patch of rocks. But me being a fucking idiot kid, I would just took so much of the fool's gold because I thought it was real.
Such a stoner.
Such a stoner.
Well, speaking of collections of rocks and stories in which you need to hightail it, what's the plan now with this earthen creature kind of punching you into oblivion?
Well, I think we should tell it to kick rocks and fucking hightail it.
You can pound sand. You're actually in a position to run. It's gotten to the other side of you, and you have the way back available to you. So why don't we just dive right back in here? We are at the top of round 3 with Tulok, who has just been was it friend fetched from position, and Lump
cool
with
as
shield up, ready to defend their flanks. What do you want to do there, Tulok?
Tulok looks over his shoulder, gets his bearings really quickly as he has just been whipped across this room, reaches and touches Lump on their shoulder, casting guidance, and says, "Be right behind us. Do not linger." And then we'll move out of the room.
Guidance in a double move. Krucka.
Krucka, 2-action Ring of the Ram. Fortitude save, please.
Okay. 39.
Oh, that's real good. He's just gonna tail between his legs, take a move out of the room.
This ram just like flies past Lump's shoulder and just like caresses the creature.
Just goes bouncing off the thing like, "Meh."
Yeah. It's like a really bad Patronum casting. All right. This creature. Did I do this right? I feel like the last thing I landed on was this creature trying to throw something.
A rock, yeah.
Yeah. Must have flavored it at the wrong time in the initiative, but it doesn't matter. It's just going to throw that rock. And it is going to send one flying at you, Lump, for a 38 to hit.
That'll hit, but not crit.
Ooh, shield up. That's going to be 13 bludgeoning damage.
Actually, I should have blocked that. Whatever. I am going to block that.
You can block it. You can still block it, yep.
Block damage.
Nice. I forgot, when you shield block, does your shield get lowered or no?
No.
It does not. Okay. It's been a while. So rock gets hurled, and then I think the creature is going to step up to you and launch a punch at you.
Okay.
With its 10-foot reach, 30 to hit.
That will hit.
And you're going to take 22 more bludgeoning damage. And it is Izori's turn. Rock thrown, just big old punch coming at you, slow and confident.
First action, she will cast Nudge Fate on Lump, just in case. Next 2 actions, she's going to cast Warp Step and get the fuck out.
Okay. Warp steps the fuck out. Lump, your turn. You have guidance, don't forget.
Yeah. Lump is going to stride 50 feet back out of the room for 2 actions and then raise their shield in case this thing just wants to keep on tagging along.
All right, Tulok. Your manifold missiles are actually still going off, I think.
True.
We kind of forgot about that.
True. I did forget that between weeks here.
It's like lighting a Roman candle and throwing it into a room and walking away.
5 points of damage.
Okay, so you're just running away, and these missiles are just flying out of your hand backwards.
Can I retcon for the last one, or are we just waving past that because I completely forgot?
Yeah, go ahead. Is it? Oh, it's supposed to be at the end of your turn?
I'll check
it
for
the
next
start of your
combat.
turn?
Let's roll.
Okay, sure, that's fine.
I think it's the start of your
So,
turn.
Double 5 action there. Yeah, I think it's a start too, actually.
He just rolls out.
Okay, running out, Krucka.
Make like a penguin and book it.
Okay, and running out. Next up is the creature, who is going to kind of mosey on forward into the center of the room, and it's going to toss a couple more rocks at Lump, who's the only one in sight now. You're going to get a 24 and a 30 to hit.
24 will miss, 30 will hit.
Okay, so just barely misses you with the first one. Next one lands true with an 18 bludgeoning.
I'll shield block that.
And it is Azori's turn. You're going to shield block that too? All right.
Zori's just gonna keep going. Next 2 actions will be stride, or first action will be to fucking sustain the nudge fate, and then she'll stride twice.
Okay, Lump.
Lump will stride 30 feet and close the door.
Okay, 30 feet, close the door, and Lump, you're just like, you close the door and you just pause for a sec, and you think, you know, where is it? And you just, your tremor sense, you like kind of hone in on it, and you can feel the vibrations of this thing moving behind you, but then it sort of just like seems to just stop, and then maybe change like direction underground, and then you can't sense it anymore. And we'll end combat there.
Lump will catch up with the rest of the group and then do a just look everybody over. Is anybody gravely injured that would like fast healing, or do we have time to allow me to do my medicine checks?
We should get to
I
safety.
think we're all pretty good.
Yeah, Krekka's scratched, but he's also got an Aeon Stone. So.
Glash is like, what was going on? What was happening?
Yeah,
Guys
what
are
the
running
hell?
back in a hurry.
Keep practicing that two-step.
What the hell, Barn? He was put within
You left him
eyeshot
out
of
there.
that combat. No,
Why
I
is
left him. You
And
saw where
I
he was
specifically
left.
said, is he? I said he's not in the combat then, and everyone was like, didn't say anything. I was like, okay. So
He is
Roll back
where
the
his
tape.
token is. It's okay. We'll
Sure.
forgive you this one time.
yeah, definitely not my fault. Cam even brought it up.
Yeah, I did bring it up.
Yeah. To which I
Anyway.
quickly said, he's right there.
Anyways,
No.
I
Hero point, level up. We'll call it there.
I have any of you ever seen a creature like that before? Also, do you know anywhere nearby it's safe to rest and lick our wounds?
I've seen many rocks, but none moving like that.
Duffy's
before.
like, oh no, I don't have to lick wounds now, do I? Please not the wounds.
It's okay, Duffy. It's a figure of speech.
An idiom.
What did you call me?
A colloquial metaphor.
I'm never mind. And Lump is going to shrug off their shield and look at the dents left from the giant rocks thrown at it and just kind of sigh and then put it back on their back.
Come, Lump. We can fix all this shortly. Let's just head upstairs to safety now.
Upstairs?
Upstairs.
Further?
So
Further.
upstairs in the arena is where we recharge the die, but it's on this level that we have the 2 key secret room.
Correct.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe we should take a nap first. Never know what we're going to run into.
yeah, fair enough. I was thinking that we would go research, like, we could even go up. Like, we could go visit Augrail and see how he's doing. Do some real research.
Been a long time since you visited Augrail. I think maybe on the walk down with Zori, and that was it.
Which was yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh my god.
Who is Augrail?
You might recognize him from the intros to all of our shows.
Augrail is a creature that we met down here.
A creature.
He's a ghoul.
And you see Lump's eye narrow and their lips turn into a scowl as you say ghoul.
Don't you worry. He doesn't like to eat living flesh, only that of the dead. He has actually got us out of many tight binds. Not unlike yourself, Lump. Don't be too quick to judge.
Yes,
Does-
knowledge is his meals, and grammar his salad dressing.
Is he willingly undead?
No.
Then I must put him down.
Tulak, you might note too, I don't know if it'll make a difference for Lump, but you know that Augrail is a Morlock ghoul, which that's why he's a different ghoul. It had a different effect on him.
Why would you have to put him down, Lump? I don't understand.
Are you familiar with Erasni?
Familiar, yes.
She does not
26 familiar, in case you're wondering.
Then yes, you probably know enough to know that Erasni is completely against unwilling undeath. That is like one of her areas of concern, and so I'm supposed to kind of help them escape that in one way or another.
Though Augriel may have been turned unwillingly, that doesn't mean that he wishes to die now, Lump. So that definition may have changed, though I would not be the one to talk about it. Perhaps you could discuss it with him.
Very well. That is all I would ask then.
Though I would ask you to discuss before you come to blows.
No, if he's an intelligent undead, then yes, I will ask first. Erasni is undead herself, and she chooses to stay that way.
Quite the hypocrite, Scott says. Joking.
Well, no, like the anathema is to create unwilling undead, and so it has a little bit of a tie-in with Pharasma in terms of like you should put them down if they don't want to be that way. And she's a deity, and so I don't think she can kill herself. On a lore dump for another time, there is a lot going on with Erasni.
Yeah, Razzy's story is wild.
Yeah, it is. But yes, I am more than willing to treat with Augriel.
Okay. Up they go.
All right. Heading to the library. I assume you take the old teleportation circle if you can.
Well,
which
hold
brings you
on.
into the main- All right.
Die first. Die first.
Okay. Oh, you're doing the die first. Okay. Fine.
Just in
You make
case.
your way up to the next level. Stop into the room with the sunlight, magical lights on the ceiling thing.
You know, they say these tanning beds are terrible for you.
But I love that orange glow.
You have to take an hour, but you can see again, like you can see the thing start to glow and the inner workings begin to like hum, and you can recharge it within about an hour.
Healing.
While they're recharging, Lump will hand their shield to Tulok. Are you capable of repairing this?
No, not at all. Perhaps
I thought you said that you could.
I said
My
someone
ears
would be
are
able to.
burning.
Oh, Krucka, thank you so much. If you could, please, and we'll hold the shield up to you.
Okay, and Krucka, who just accidentally brushed up against a torch and burnt his ears, will put them out, and 24 on that crafting.
I have no idea what the DC is for it.
There is a thing for that somewhere. Hold on. Where's your shield? Shield. There's a little hammer next to it.
Yeah.
If you click that, you can attempt to repair it. It'll display the DC, at least to me. The repair DC is 23.
Oh. I got one more than that.
So you just barely made it.
So that's 5 plus 5 per proficiency rank that Krucka has.
So
Krucka's
20.
master.
Is a master.
All right. So
Okay,
he
so
repairs
it's
it
20.
immediately. Yeah.
Amazing.
Total of 20, yeah.
You just see Krucka's like, well, what do you got to do with dings and these sorts of things? He just like used car salesman just starts like walking through it.
Just
pulls
has
with a
the
tiny plunger.
has the-
And just like whoop, whoop, just pops it out.
He's got the light hammer, and he's just like tossing it at it, and it's coming back to his hand. Like, just give it a little of the old razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
We actually fixed a dent in my sister's old Saturn with a plunger.
Nice.
Yeah, I've done it before.
It's a thing. It's a thing. I just love the idea of like a small plunger coming in a repair kit for a shield. All right. So you get a little repair done. You get the die recharged, and you make your way to the library. The teleportation chamber exits into the main library, where there's all these like divans and everything. You get up here, and the smell is not great. as you generally would remember. Even Lump, you haven't smelt something quite like this in a while. There's definitely a lot of decay happening somewhere nearby. But Augrail is just sort of perusing the books at the moment. I think actually I'm gonna have him.
What happened to the cooler room? Wasn't there the mini fridge?
Yeah, there's a cooler room that kind of helps preserve it a bit, but it only goes so far. Doesn't,
Alright.
You can actually see the corpses of Morlocks in there, or
Yeah.
ghouls in there.
It doesn't freeze them. It keeps them cool, so they're still gonna slowly rot. But Augrail's just kind of like at this little like altar, or what do you call it?
Lectern.
Podium, with a book, kind of just like perusing through, and all of a sudden you guys step into the room, and he just turns. He's like,
Oh, Master Tulak, Graka, welcome.
Augrail, how are you?
Ah, very good. Still reading, still eating. Life's good. Well, unlife.
Well, we have a new companion. Augrail, this is Lump. Lump, this is Augrail. Now,
Augrail sort of just moseys over real casual, just kind of this blah, 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 kind of like march.
Lump has a question for you.
Nice to meet you, Lump.
And like walks up and just gives you like, a very warm welcome. Not at all like reacting to your your aesthetic, as it were.
My physical appearance.
Yeah.
My Slayer's identification goes off as soon as I see him, just to see what I know.
Okay.
This thing.
What's that thing? It triggers when you roll initiative and conserve. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Recall knowledge. Go ahead and roll me recall knowledge. Religion with a +1. Whoa, with a +1, you get a meet to beat. And this is a Morlock ghoul. It has reacted differently to the transformations of the ghoul due to its previous biological makeup, I guess. And it does not crave the rotting flesh or freshly dead flesh. It likes the flesh of other undead instead. And it seems like really quite calm and not hostile at all. But, as intelligent as you might expect from a ghoul, just not with any of the aggressiveness.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Can you tell me a little bit of how you became this outside of the typical ghoul bit you and you succumbed?
Succumbed, yeah.
Succumbed.
Augrail kind of flinches at the very forward question. Didn't really expect that after giving you a bit of a welcome. And he just sort of bows his head, thinks for a sec, and turns his head back up, and you see like these almost blank mushroom-like eyes that are delicate in the light, and it's almost like a little bit of a pitiful look on his face.
We were driven from below a long time ago. And as we came up, we were attacked by the ghouls here. And I was bitten. And then I was abandoned by my tribe. And I was unwelcome with the cult here. So I was alone. Until I met Tulak and Physic and Gilda. May she rest in peace.
Tulak hangs his head with the mention of his two former companions.
So I help now, if I can. I helped them kill the cult. I believe my tribe is dead. So now I just read. I like to read. And I love poetry.
Why don't you give us one of your famous poems, Augrail?
I knew I was going to regret that.
It's been too long.
We never met, you and I. We were always inside. We were always inside one another. And I'll live without you, love. But what good is one glove without the other?
It is nice to meet you, Lump. Let no one ever refer to you as a chump. Here, give me a fist bump.
Sick freestyles. And Lump absolutely will take a knee to meet Agriel on the same level and hold out a stump with their hand to fist bump.
Amazing.
You have a very noble spirit about you. And Lump stops to think for a second, considering the next words carefully, realizing the social faux pas of asking somebody something so traumatic, like right out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to call you friend, if that is okay.
Do you like to read, Lump?
I love to read.
Then I'm sure we will be, in time, the best of friends.
I'm glad that we've come to this. Our companions below. We are all met under such strange and horrible circumstances. But I am happy to have met every single one of you. And we've come together for some sort of quest for the betterment above and below. And I thank you all. Ogrill, we need to read. We've met unspeakable things below, and we need to do some research.
You know, I always found it funny, Dulok, how much you always tell me about what unspeakable things you found. Always going on and on about the unspeakable.
That is funny.
Lump laughs. Everybody turns and laughs at Tulok. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. That was Cam.
Everyone point and laugh.
Tulok chuckles.
Sorry, I've been reading humorist books lately.
Dave Barry is amazing.
Tulok passes him by towards the stacks and just casts Phantasmal Killer on him. Just kidding, I'm out of spell slots.
Just dry fire and Phantasmal Killer at him.
His turns, he's like, I know those components. You tried, you silly goose. You forgot the magic word.
Yeah, and then Augrel just like happily, hangs out and says,
Do you want me to research anything in particular? Want me to find you any books? Oh, hello, Duffy. Oh, hello, Ogriel. Nice to see you again. Should we look at stuff? Do you want to read anything? What's going on here?
For identifying the rock creature, I'm guessing Arcana or Nature.
correct.
Okay.
And while you're here, you can get a plus. I want to say 1. It might be 2. By utilizing the
Yeah,
library.
because we should do full-blown research on this thing, if we can.
Yeah,
Or should we do full-blown research on the Aranis?
Let's just full blow all of
that
our
too.
research all over the place on up.
Oh man, do it.
Okay.
Why not?
No,
Alright,
let's research both.
Okay.
Okay, so while you're here, you get a +1 item bonus to any recall knowledge checks on regional history, arcane topics, and occult topics, as well as some of the research that we haven't done in a long time that I have available here. So yeah, tell me what you got.
I'm going to go ahead and roll this Arcana blindly to you to identify the rock creature first.
Yeah, you're not having any luck, I'm afraid.
That's fair.
I will. Oh, sorry, what did you say it was to research? The rock creature? It was nature and arcana?
Correct.
And then what was it for the devils?
That would be religion.
Fuck, I suck at all these. Arcana. 28.
Oh my. Yep. you start sifting through some books, and then it dawns on you. You're like, of course, this thing's an elemental of some kind. And you start discovering that this is what's known as a stone mauler. They are basically just towering heaps of earth that inflict tremendous damage up close and from afar. And you've seen pretty much everything it can do. The only thing I'll give you on top of that, I don't know if it'll apply to your party makeup, but should you manage to find a way to get it off solid ground, it would be slowed 1 and would not be able to use reactions, such as its crumble ability. From there, I'll give you its lowest save is reflex, and then I'll give you one other thing of your choice.
Weakness.
Does not appear to have any weaknesses. I'll also let you know it has no resistances.
Okay.
It does have some immunities, but I'll let you guess what those are.
Rock spells.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is for the Ernie's then.
Okay. Yeah, so Erinyes are basically devils that exact vengeance and bloody justice for creatures' crimes and torture and punish their victims in ironic fashion before allowing them to escape death. When Erinyes appear as a fallen angel, while they appear as a fallen angel, the first Erinyes shared that origin. Erinyes now originates in myriad ways. When promoted from lesser devils in others shaped from lemurs themselves, forged from the souls of torturers and prosecutors. The Erinyes origin is entwined with Isith, herself a fallen angel and one of Hell's most powerful demigods. The first Erinyes were all considered to be Isith's metaphorical daughters, and formed since that time are no longer limited to a single gender. They have their lowest save is will. And I'll give you one question of your choice.
Special abilities?
Special abilities. Anything they're holding, any weapon they're holding, gains the effects of a flaming rune. So expect fire damage on top of everything. Okay. And should I give you one more on top of that?
You don't have to.
No, because that's kind of like, almost obvious information in a way. Okay. If I want to give you something special, do you want something passive or something active?
Passive.
They have the constant spell of true seeing.
Oh, okay. So no invisibility to goof on them. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just, I was thinking about that today. I was like, if you try to walk in there and invisibility, it's gonna bite you in the ass.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That is good to know. That's all I have.
Anything else for research?
While they're there, Krucka wants to continue Belcora research.
All right. Getting to the old research topics. Holy crapola.
Yeah, been a while.
Have you set up again? It's been a hot minute.
Library app.
Library app. It's been so long.
A wise master Arthur once said, having fun isn't hard when you have a library card.
Give me Recall Knowledge Society. So don't think we still don't have any lower checks applicable to this.
2 on the die for a 13.
No, I'm afraid you are unable to track any more information down.
Izori would like to try and find information about the Sarlagon.
The Sarlagon. This will also be a religion check.
Okay,
I swear,
ever
since Zori has joined, the checks required are the ones she doesn't want to do. That's not bad. Is it religion? It is religion. It's got to be religion. It is religion. Yeah. No, you have no idea.
Yeah, with that sweet +0 modifier, I expect.
Yeah, you rolled a
as
15.
much.
Augril, is there anywhere to sleep around here?
Oh, by all means, take one of the divans. They're very comfy.
And they're all
Lump
like rotted and kind of fall apart.
Lump goes and
moldy.
lays down on one, just immediately falls through it. It's like, perfect.
He's just so heavy and like covered in plated armor. Just crushed.
Oh, that one was. Don't worry, Lump. That one was due. Don't worry.
I'm so sorry. Perhaps
it's okay.
Krucka can fix it. He's very handy. And
Kruk is just like trying to sleep by leaning against the wall.
is there any other research topics that we can do while we're in here? Since I think we have a little bit of time before it'd be like normal bedtime.
Yeah, I mean, I've already fast forward 2 hours of what you've done so far. It's about 5 p.m. now, and each research takes about 2 hours if you want to try and get some research points in.
I'd like to get
you
some
can
more
roll
down.
through those. Yeah. You're coming pretty close to having all of Belcora stuff, I think, and you kind of haven't touched flesh warping and kind of passed over all of it anyway, the labs and everything. But you also have some Nimbleoth and Will-O-Wisp stuff.
I would like to do a Belcora.
All right. Roll me a society.
Big money, no whammies. Yikes, whammy. 18.
Nope, afraid not. If you weren't stupefied, that would have actually done something.
Son of a biscuit.
Maybe we should rest first.
Someone want to try and maybe aid?
I'll throw an 8.
See if we
Place.
can't get one more on top.
Plays.
13, so I don't aid.
Brutes.
Rolled a
Can
3.
2 people try to aid? Because we're here.
Yeah.
26.
All right, fine. I'll give you a point. One more point.
Between the
towards
two of
Belcora.
us, we somewhat remembered Belcora's name.
Was it Belcara?
Didn't you start that breakfast chain?
What is Azori up to?
Currently preparing her spells for tomorrow. She is, after doing her brief little tour of the library to try and find a book on the Sarglagon, and not finding one, she this cat explodes out of the sleeve of her doublet, and her and this little black and white cat curl up on one of these shitty divans.
Shitty and bloody.
Neapolitan.
All right, so seven.
Okay.
We did have a pretty gnarly fight in here, if I remember correctly. And who was that thug that we had that was puking all over the place and then died? Chad, yeah, that was
Chad.
the guy.
Poor Shad.
What's the total body count down here? So, Samal, Physic, Shad, Rajani,
Gilda.
Gilda.
So 5.
Phew.
Yeah, 5 that matter.
I like how we went through this whole thing. We never introduced Glash to Augril.
It's just dancing in the corner.
He's
Still
just
just
dancing
left
by
behind
himself.
I keep forgetting about Glash. Oh, shit.
I'll wait for you down here. Like, how close are we to a Belcora here?
You have, I'll tell you right now, you have 3 points left to just finish the Belcora stuff if you want to do it. So you can just kind of double up and like research together if you like and get a few checks in 2 hours.
It's them books.
You take the even number pages, I'll take the odd numbers.
All right, roll me a check, whoever wants to.
I'll hop in here. I think that, yeah, let's try to bang out some Belcora research. So I'm going to go with Society. 26.
That's what's required.
Oh, 24.
Uh,
I can't read.
okay. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll get you a point. Krucka, you going for one?
Oh yeah, hitting them books with an actual factual 26.
Okay, that's one more point. Who wants to do a third one? Let's see if we can knock it out.
I'll take it. I'd be remiss if I didn't. It's Azori's best skill.
Society. So helpful in the dungeon.
Get in here.
33.
33.
Jesus Christ, you should have done them all.
You literally just be like,
So worldly.
yeah.
Didn't you get 2 points for that too?
You guys all have access to the party skills in the party league. Like, you guys can all see what everybody's primary skills are. So,
James is busy being a spellcaster.
Yeah.
You should be looking at
All
his
the money in the
character
world
sheet.
is available to me. I'm not a millionaire, am I,
yeah,
James?
trying to pick spells.
Okay, final threshold of Belcora. You may or may not know most of this based on what you
Oh,
found in
fuck
her
yeah.
personal journal, but
Let's go, baby.
take a quick boo. Yeah, this is the final bit of info. Most of the Hierovexes died in poverty in Andorran after their exile.
Good.
Belcora continued to grow strong and proud, however. In the year 4230 AR, at the age of 17, she became a full-fledged and powerful sorcerer. She interpreted visions from Nimbaloth that led her back to the Isle of Kortos, and then into a lonely stretch of wooded coast a few dozen miles from Absalom. And deep beneath this location was a subterranean shrine to Nimbaloth herself called the Empty Vault. And this is where she decided to resurrect her, or erect her gauntlet and begin construction of her abomination vaults. And it was all, of course, in preparation for revenge in the city that destroyed her family until her untimely defeat. So somewhere beneath you is some sort of shrine called the Empty Vault.
Yeah, we've known that.
Okay.
We got the map from Volok's study, I think, after Tulok talked down the librarian ghost. I think I'm remembering that correctly. And the last level was
Oh, yeah. Actually, you found that information in
a temple.
the secure collection. Yeah. And it kind of revealed each level.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The same place you found the journal, actually.
Hidden away.
Yeah, and
yeah, just north of here.
it named each level for you in some capacity, yeah.
So the temple was already there, way deep underground.
It was already there when she found it, yes. Built by who? You don't know.
And we've still got 11 Nimbaloth points in this here library that it may behoove us to kind of learn more about. Because
Well,
I'm going to be
that's-
willing to bet that empty vault is not as empty as one might hope when we find it.
Well, that is actually the last of the Belcora lore that you can find. I purposely set it up so that there was more points than necessary to sort of finish the research. I had a reason for it mechanically and how I set it up. I forget why now. Oh, it's because you can lose out on some locations for points. So you can actually have conversations with Shafkum, for example. But if Shafkum leaves, you've lost your option to gain points from him. So I created more options, kind of thing, so that you weren't reliant on him. But yeah, that is your last tidbit of information on Belcora. However, you still have Nimbaloth to research further if you'd like as well. But yeah, I would assume now is the time for rest and the old preparation of spells. We have 2 prepared spellcasters.
Oh my god.
I don't envy your job.
3.
Oh yeah, Glash. I forgot Glash is prepared too.
Well, I guess Kruk is going to wake up and hit the books if those guys are going to be preparing spells for a while.
I'll give you a hint. Magic missile's slow to spell magic.
Just gunning for it. Gunning to make my day a living hell. I love it.
Yeah. I also prepared Impending Doom at 4th level just in case.
That is like incipient doom.
Perfect.
Anything you want to reveal, Lump, or are you just gonna keep your prep to yourself? And
I got some stuff.
Yeah?
I got some stuff. I went
Okay.
out and did a couple things.
all right. Looking forward.
You're
to
gonna love it, Freeman.
I am. I do. I usually do. Sometimes it sucks when the creature gets totally shut down, but I do enjoy how it happens. All right. Nice little combo with Augrail. You've done some research for the first time in a very long time, it feels like. And you're heading back down.
Also, do we have any more like books that Augrael needs to find for Morlabent, or like, is there anything else going on that we need to do before we go back down?
No, those are all done.
Okay, all right. It's interesting now because before it was like you go down in the vaults and you go back to the town, you know, like your wounds there. But now we're going like so much deeper that it's like we're going down in the vaults, but then we're not going back down. We're just like kind of going up to rest and then just like slowly like diving. Like, I know it's only been a day since we've been back in town, but it just feels like more time is going to pass like with us just diving deeper and staying here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all gonna come out looking like Gollum at the end of this. Looking like Augrael, I guess.
So pasty. Everyone's gonna be so pasty. All right. Head on back down to the labs and towards that cave, I guess.
Yeah, is that what we're doing? Are we going after this rock monster that we learned very little about?
I think we learned about all we can with Midrax.
Yeah, that's what kind of came out of Freeman's mouth, it sounded like.
He did mention that this thing was manacled with ethereal cuffs, and I didn't realize that. I was just reviewing my notes from last session, and that came up, like, in his description to Izori. She noticed specifically, like, these ethereal manacles binding its hands and feet.
Right.
So I wonder if it's been bound by one of these devils, and we can maybe negotiate with it. I mean, it's clearly intelligent. It had tactics, right? So I wonder if we speak a common language, or if it happens to know Infernal Braille for whatever reason.
There's a good chance.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a wide breadth of languages.
Kruka's also got spot translate.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, we kind of don't have much of an option for fighting tactics. There was that terrain thing, but the only thing I can imagine is trying to shove it into the water, and its fortitude is fucking nuts, so...
Or levitate. Or something along those lines, like, even like the grease spell, which I don't have, would take it off solid ground, theoretically, but I don't have anything like that. Before we go in there, Freeman, can I do one last recall knowledge on those, like, ethereal bindings that you mentioned
Sure,
to Azora
yeah.
specifically?
That'll be an Arcana check.
Fuck right off.
Yeah, you basically assume that they are a representation of this earth elemental being bound to this location by pretty powerful magic. So they've been summoned in and bound to this spot, probably are unable to leave it.
We don't happen to know what level Earth Elementals are, do we? They're not less than 3, I guess.
Earth elementals? There's a wide range of levels. There's a whole bunch of them.
Right. Okay.
You know what else we need to do at some point is kill the other Void Glutton.
Another time.
You mean attempt
Just
to
saying.
kill the other Void Glutton?
Yeah.
And by other Void Glutton, you mean the Void Glutton?
Yeah, well, we got a
I don't think you've
representation
ever
of
seen
one.
a second one. Other than
I
the one that
made
you
one
summoned from the
myself.
die.
Maybe we
Exactly.
can hope that roll comes up on the die and they fall in love.
I'm ready to rock, though.
Okay, should we rock down to Elemental Avenue?
Let's roll.
Okay. Head on down back to the same spot. Set yourselves up how you like. And enter Le Cave again.
That's French.
See what happened.
Can I cast spells through a magic two-way mirror? Like if Azori and Tulak just posted up on the inside of this this turret that looks over.
I mean,
with the
debatably, only if the spell's origin is
Sight?
not yourself. It occurs elsewhere, such as an area of effect attack. But if you want to launch a magic missile through the transparent wall, no.
stairwell. Magic missile has enough range to get around, I think.
It does get a pretty big range, doesn't it?
Yeah, 120 feet.
That would be interesting if it actually could.
It unerringly strikes your target, so if it's within 120 feet, you can go
It would
around
have to
corners.
be. It'd have to be closer, or only as close as it was by the time it was chasing you, be about there.
Not according to my ruler.
It's 120 feet.
Well, we've definitely measured from a different spot, but yeah, it's close to that area.
It's a gentleman's 120.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hmm.
Lump raises shield. Are we ready?
I think Izori might just hang out behind the glass between phase bolts and telekinetic projectile. I think she'll be fine.
Phase bolts is a good question. Reduces the benefit of
Shudders
cover.
in and out of phase until it reaches the target.
Here's the thing, though. Is the regardless of the fact that you would be able to see the creature, it would have total cover from the wall. So, I don't think Phase Bolt would do the trick. I don't think it's going to go through the wall.
Okay. I don't know, guys. I'm tempted to just hang out up here.
Separating the party.
Right. I mean, that one punch she took last round is enough to.
That's the
To give anyone
entire
pause.
reason. Plus, like battlefield maneuvering in a small space. She's quick and dexterous, but it's like it's gonna make bad terrain. I don't know what kind of spells Tulok has prepared. If there's any way we can like freeze the floor or anything like that, or floor is
I
lava.
have
This
nothing
bitch.
We can water walk.
guess-
We can water walk out onto the water, and then just pelt it with spells out there.
It's not a bad
Because
idea.
it'd be nice to lure it.
Well, it has to be on the water.
Yeah, I know, but if it's just throwing rocks, it's not hitting us with the damage for being next to it. It's not punching us where it did significantly more damage. Versus throwing rocks did like 13 points of damage. Like we can soak. those.
Don't take it for granted.
Boo.
I mean, my problem is how long do we stay out there? The 1 minute water walk is a good. It would be nice to see
Yeah.
that disappear and then
That's-
fall into the water and drown.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going through everybody's.
Water
Yeah,
walk
but-
is 10
Oh,
minutes.
actually, I was looking at the ability that I've got on my cold robes. It's only 1 minute.
Yeah,
I forgot to.
yeah. Kruk has got his own option for water walk there if he needs. Don't forget to like don't discount the fact that you have a healer now. Like that's so much. It's difficult to consider that in your strategies after all this time. But you have someone who can properly heal you, can deal damage too, and like really dish it out, but also keep you up from taking big hits.
Yeah, we had physics.
And
We know what healers
as-
are like.
It is a pretty cool strategy. It's a pretty cool strategy that Azori could probably be a functional asset to the combat from the other side of this wall. However, you technically have split the party. That always adds an element of danger, no matter what you think. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I did prepare translocate and warp step
Okay.
again, just in case any of that shit happens. So she has a get out of jail
Mhm.
free card as long as she's got 2 actions with translocate and she can see inside here through
Yep,
the walls.
she
So
could-
she
I
can
would
just
Yep, that's definitely a
bamf her
thing.
way
Yep.
in. Yeah, so I'm not too worried about that. I can cast slow at a distance, and I can cast telekinetic projectile at range, even if you want to allow warp step or phase bolt. So I legitimately don't see what she would add to the combat from the other side of the wall, other than being a liability at this point. Like she could blur Krucka before they go in, if that's the way you want to go. But I don't know how many spells we want to spend for this fight, because this is just to drain our resources before we get to the boss fight.
I guess it begs the question: Is it better to have one fewer option for this creature to damage someone? You know, that means the damage is that much more focused on who is in there. So as much as it's not it doesn't seem like a good self strategy. Like literally being a damage soak of some kind actually goes somewhere as well. But up to you guys.
Right, but I'm not thinking about just Azori.
Right.
I'm thinking about Tulok stays
Right.
behind, you know? Like
I think Tulok's repertoire
The
is
two of us
less
would just-
inclined towards that strategy, though.
Tulok's repertoire's telekinetic projectile.
And that's it.
Hey,
Yeah, no, you're right. Tulok is much less of a, I don't know, a ranged caster, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Like I'm prepared for another strategy. Like I'm happy to go into the room. I don't see the value add currently unless you guys.
I just
do.
really want you to friend fetch Tulok from the other side and just make a bonk against the glass or the stone wall.
Like a dead bird.
So because I knew what we were getting into, I didn't prepare friend fetch because we all know
Okay.
what's
All right.
happening. I doubled up magic missile instead.
All right. What's the plan? Is Azori staying? Is everyone cool with that?
I'm fine with it. If you think that you would be more useful up here, then that is what we will do. Also, Tulok, your stupefied falls off.
Oh yeah, you're rested.
Oh, God
Finally.
bless. I thought it was only from
I
restoration.
gotta fast forward some
Oh,
time.
DC 5 Fletch.
No, it's from rest.
Damn, I like that.
All right. We are at 7 a.m. the next day. And Galentine, according to my calendar, Galentine is ready to transport Lady Gilda's body.
Thanks for just putting that in there, Freeman.
Just throwing that out there so that we all know and possibly don't forget.
Cool. It's a good morning for a funerary procession and to fight a rock monster.
Okay. Would Tulok know if this creature could attack an incorporeal creature?
Do you want to try that one more time?
What?
Never mind. Incorporeal creature. Could it attack? So incorporeal.
Like, are its hits magical?
The short answer, I believe, is yes, because it is an elemental, which effectively makes whatever it does a magical effect in some way.
Okay.
It was the same question we had about, like, does Krukka's attacks with the fire on his axe count as magical? And we ruled yes, because they come from a dragon, and a dragon has the fire trait, and a fire trait is magical. That kind of all nested together. So the answer, I would say, is yes. However, that doesn't always mean, like, I know that incorporeal creatures, like, it'll probably bypass some of its defenses, but it usually depends on the situation. Just having a magical attack doesn't always do everything. It just depends on the creature being targeted.
Friends, I believe there's nothing left but to do it at this point. And Lump will open the door.
Okay. Lump opens the door. Krukka in tow. Tulok.
Can Azori ready a spell?
It's kind of a weird one. By the
Rules is
rules, you
written
can only ready a one action thing with 2 actions. I've kind of been okay in some cases. Like, in my head, it's like, why not 2 actions with 3? But I think it's meant to be, it's intended to be like a balancing thing, I think.
That's fine. That's
so rules written. No.
I just want to roll. I would like to roll occultism for my initiative because her intent is to immediately cast as soon as she sees this thing.
Okay. I think that's fine. You like we done with Scott before. If you're gonna roll occultism, you have to cast in your first turn. You're locked in.
Yep. I've
Unless
already got
for
the
some
spell
reason you
locked
get knocked out.
right, or nothing appears. I guess is the other option. But if she doesn't see anything on her first turn, I will delay. Is that seem fair?
Sure. All right. So you have entered the cave. You've reached nearly the distance you have originally. Glash is now with you. Let's roll some initiative. Lump, what'd you get?
In the tradition of rolling 4s for initiative, I finally broke that and rolled a 2.
Very good. Very good. For a total of
18.
okay.
And Glash, the speedy little lad that he is, rolled a 24.
Okay. He's heard all the whole tale of what you encountered here is very ready. Krukka?
14 on the die for 26.
And Azori.
20.
And Tulok.
4 on the die for an 18.
Y'all are nervous. Okay. Lump in the lead. Krucka shortly behind. The Glass shortly behind that. Tulok just a little bit further behind that. Krucka, what do you do?
First action, Krucka is going to activate the Bracelets of Dashing. Thank you, Lady Gilda.
Bracelets of Dashing, okay.
To give him plus 10 speed. Second action, he's going to fly into a rage.
Just go in the town.
Yep, he's getting dolled up. He will be the belle of the ball, and then he'll stride 25 feet towards the water.
Okay. So activate, starts to scream, runs forward. Glash.
Glash will delay.
Glash will delay. Zori.
Delay.
Tulok.
How high are the roofs and is the ceiling in here?
You had to ask that, didn't you? I'm gonna go.
You're gonna get that question a lot now, buddy.
Yeah, now that you're flying, damn it, should have made more notes on the ceilings.
Can you cast fly on an unwilling creature?
It's
Just a place with no ceiling and send them off into the distance.
I don't think you can.
I mean, just take this rock monster off the ground.
Yeah, but you don't. You could cast it on it, but then you can't.
Fly gives you the ability to fly.
Being,
yeah, it doesn't automatically make you fly. Yeah.
Right, but we don't need to. Well, I guess it's yeah. All right.
Levitate would be the one you want to ask about, though. It would like properly force someone up.
Yeah, or like floating disc or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah. 30 feet high.
Okay.
30 feet high. It's quite high.
Tulok cast fly.
Well, say actually real quick, just because you're not quite after that, like sort of the threshold of the map. It's after that threshold that it's 30 feet in like the more like larger areas.
Okay, so Tulok will cast fly and would like to move essentially here, 30 feet up. That's boom.
What's the fly speed it gives you?
25.
So you're.
You want me to go here, maybe? Like,
I mean, I don't know. What's your?
I win
because it's two actions to cast that, and then you have one movement speed worth.
Yep.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
If you're only 10 up, so you said you went up to 30. You're not up to 30. You're 10 up.
Okay. How?
That's why I was asking.
Hold on.
How high was this step here that he stepped off of?
Yeah. What are we doing here? How far do I have to go up to get to the roof? Let's say 25 feet up.
Okay, because you said once you get into the room proper, so he casts a spell here.
Okay.
Let's just say.
Wow, that was. I feel like you tried to move like 50 feet there. I'm very confused.
No, because I could move diagonally.
He thought that he was starting higher up. Yeah.
I was higher up and I was moving diagonally up.
Diagonally, but yeah.
Yeah, you can move diagonally.
So you're about 10 feet into the room and 15 feet up or so.
25
feet up. Okay. Yeah. Lump.
Lump will go ahead and cast heroism on themselves.
Oh.
Okay. Heroism. Very good.
And then raise a shield.
And raise a shield. Okay.
Yep.
Krucka.
Don't love this. He's just gonna keep striding into the room, I guess. Take another 10 foot.
Keep heading towards the lake.
Can he like? I guess searching isn't going to really do any good, is it? He's just going to keep going in.
Okay.
15-foot stride.
That's one action.
Another 15-foot stride.
Okay, right on the edge of the lake.
And can he like do a perception check to see if he can like see anything where this thing's going to come from?
Sure.
26.
Yeah, you're taking a look around. Like it's a cave. You know, it's really hard to spot anything. You know that when you saw it crumble, it left no sign or trace of its movement, so you can't even really trust a little pile of rocks somewhere. Your eyes cast over the lake, and you can see it's really dark water, and you can't really see very far into it at all. Especially with I forget. No, you have dark vision, but there is some light coming from your party, so it's like kind of reflects off the surface. You can't see shit.
Well, and then turn and probably in a fit of poor decision making, yell to the others, "It looks okay," and that's his turn.
Okay. And that's when it's not okay. Because right out of the rocks north of Lump, the creature just like steps out casually and steps right into the goodies of Tulak, Lump, and Glash, and just like casually waltzes out, forms in front of everyone, and just launches a punch at Tulak.
I'm 25 feet in the air.
Oh, right. Launches a punch at Glash.
My boy.
For a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
Push for the water.
Woblam, 16 points of damage. Throws a fist at Lump. 24 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay. And so I'm going to have to say it moved and then attack. It's going to be Glash.
Okay. Glash is going to step 5 feet diagonally southwest, and then is going to cast a briny bolt in this thing's face to attempt to blind it.
A briny bolt.
A briny bolt.
Okay.
That is unfortunately a miss with a 26.
Yeah, no dice.
Okay.
Izori, now's your chance.
Yeah, it's not though. Izori's first action will be to stride 10 feet so she can see the creature.
Lost line of sight.
And then she will just start banging on the window and gesturing towards the lake because she can't get a line on it from where she is.
Okay, it's too far.
Yeah. So, I guess she'll just cast Needle of Nudge Fate on Kruka with her second last action, and I'm going to forfeit that third action.
Okay. Tulok, do you want to just do a courtesy recall knowledge to see if I can give you one more piece of information?
Do it.
Yeah.
Arcana
sure.
or nature?
I mean, I've already failed this miserably. Nature?
It's immune to bleed, paralyzed, poisoned, and sleep.
Okay.
You now know everything about this creature. Tulok.
Okay. Tulok will move 2 squares diagonally, 5 for the first, like upwards and forwards towards the lake. 5, 15. That'll get him at max height of 35, and then another 10 feet just going straight forward. So he is hugging the roof right now, and he moves and then turns and casts Fear on this creature.
All right.
So DC 27 will save, please.
Will save. DC 27. Ready, and go. 26.
That is not going to do it, my friend. You are a feared doso.
Oh, feared doso, he says. Okay. And that is going to be your turn, Lump.
And free action.
What do you got?
Turns to Lump. Move to the lake if you can. Glash. Run.
Okay.
Lump is going to will attempt a trip on the creature.
Okay.
That is a natural 1 on the die. I'm going to go ahead and spend a hero point to re-roll that. For a 37.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a really good
That's a little
hero
better.
point. 37 against my reflex DC. That is going to be a critical success.
All right. So is it trip?
Nice.
Is it 1d6 or is it my strength modifier? I can never remember.
I think it's just the 1d6. I forget. I have it in here somewhere though. Right in Foundry. So Let me just quickly find it.
On a critical
Chippity
success,
chip.
1d6. Yep.
1d6, yeah. All right.
So they're going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. I'm going to raise my shield and take some piercing damage as I try to get out of here.
I think you're okay. Is stepping in and amongst? Like you've just stepped. Oh no, there is one there. You're good. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, a little bit of piercing damage. You step through the spikes that have formed out of the walls and the floor and everything in a 5-foot emanation. 4 points of damage.
Applied, and that is Lump's turn.
That's your turn, Krucka. The enemy is behind you.
Ooh, Krucka will delay.
Krucka will delay. Probably a good bet. Okay, so the creature is going to run across the terrain here towards you, Lump, chasing you down. I moved way too far. It's going to get up to... There we go. Starts running at you. Is going to toss a big fist out at you for a 19 to hit. Not great.
That is a critical miss.
And as it launches one fist, the other hand like reaches back, grabs a rock from the ground, and tosses it towards Krucka with a...
Point. Wait. Didn't you have to stand up from prone?
Oh, I forgot about
Hey.
that. Thank you. I forgot I was prone. Totally forgot I
I
was
figured
prone.
just Earth Glide, to be honest, and that's why you did.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean that is sort of debatable. Actually, I think. Oh, that is a tough one because
I would
could
say you just Earth
from-
Glide over there, and then you're...
Yeah, I think so. I think the creature just literally 5 feet burrows into the ground 30 feet over and it just like pops up. It's got 35 feet of movement speed, so it's like it doesn't have to move that full complement. It just like sinks in and just runs, pops up and just punches, and has basically avoided remaining prone, and tosses a rock at Krucka for 31.
That hits.
Actually, I did have a prone on, so it actually should be a 33 in case that's a crit. I
Still
don't think it
hits.
is, though.
It's not a crit, no.
Okay. Crit. Rock hits you for 20 points of damage.
He,
And it's Glash's turn.
Glash is going to... You watch him as he dances, and it gets slower and slower as he casts slow on the creature.
Oh, he's got slow.
Hell yeah. Fucking get him.
Okay. We need fortitude from me.
Yes, please.
29.
That is a success, so you'll be slowed 1 for 1 round.
1 round. Okay. That could be good. That could be really good for you. Anything else from him?
And then we'll... Oh, God. Let's see. What else did I prepare?
Sling?
I did not prepare sleep, no.
No,
This
sling.
is the wrong sling. What's the range on a sling? 50 feet? Yeah, we'll go ahead and... it's at full map. Fucking send it. Critical miss with a 3 on the die for a 14.
Okay. All right. Azori, now can you perhaps lay some smackdown?
Yeah, and she intends to. The shadows around this thing begin to coalesce into a giant fist as she casts Malicious Shadow with her first 2 actions. And those fists will come smashing down for bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That is a 25 to hit.
My frightened should have ticked down by 1 at the end of my turn, which makes...
DC 20 will save.
what's the range on that? We need to double check that. I think you're about 25-ish
Oh,
feet.
the range is 20
Yeah,
feet.
you're
5 feet
just out of range
Yeah.
of that. So it doesn't hit. Just barely doesn't hit.
God, should have delayed.
Okay, with her final action, she will sustain the Nudge Fate on Krucka.
Okay. Tulok.
Okay, so Tulok will fly. No. Tulok is going to send a rock at this creature made of rocks
Okay.
with a telekinetic projectile. and would like to bludgeon
right.
it and then move towards the water.
Okay, so you're gonna
real quick, Tulok. Just delay so I can trip it, so then it has prone, and then it's lower AC. You have a higher chance of critting and hitting.
Okay, I will delay.
Okay, Tulok delays. Krucka is still delayed. Lump.
Lump is gonna go ahead and trip it again.
Trip again. Okay.
Athletics. Here we go. 24 to trip.
That is a success.
Hey!
Alright.
It is now on its ass again.
Okay, and then, God, I really just want to like dig in and make this thing have help, but I don't know how the Earth Glide works. Like, if I grapple it to make it use more actions to get away, if it's going to be able to just Earth Glide into the ground and escape. It can't escape my grip, right? If I'm thinking this right.
Well, don't forget about its reaction to collapse into a pile of stone like it did for Krucka the other time.
Isn't it slowed now, though?
It is
loses
slowed
that
this turn.
reaction. Oh, just this turn.
Just for one round.
Okay.
I'm gonna God. No, I'm just gonna hit it. And that is a 9 on the die for a 22 to hit, off guard, frightened.
Nope.
Okay. Well, last action, good old raise shield.
Raise shield. Okay.
Krucka's going to act
Okay, Krucka's coming in then.
because he
All
can. He's going to step to the northwest. I'm just trying to get my cone proper with a 2-action Wolfjaw armor cone of cold.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 15-foot cone, so I think from there he's not going to hit either Tulok or...
You don't have to worry about Tulok, because Tulok's way up in the
Yeah,
air.
all right. So can he like direct it so it's just going to be not like skirting around the lump?
Yeah,
Perfect.
You should be able to do that.
Okay, so I will need a reflex save, please.
So, reflex, yeah. 29. We're
Okay,
pretty
that
good
is
on
a success, so you'll take half damage, 10 colds.
10 gold. Hey, that's still pretty good.
And that's his turn.
All right. That's your turn. You want to jump in here, Tulok, or?
I would.
All right.
Okay.
What do you got?
Tulok would like to cast blind on this creature.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Incapacitation. Let's not forget. Blind is what level?
3.
Third.
Okay. And you need what? A fortitude save from me?
Yep, fortitude save. DC 27.
Okay. Fortitude save coming in. I rolled a natural 3 for 25. However, it's incapacitation, so it is going to increase from a failure to a success. Which it makes me blinded until the end of my next turn. Start of my next turn.
Yes.
Okay. Which is
Son of a bitch.
possibly right now.
So it
I mean,
blinks.
that's a cast, and you want to then what? You want to move closer to the lake from there?
Yeah, I want to move 25 feet towards the lake.
Okay. All right. So it just like has this sudden like blindness come over it, and you fly over its head, and it becomes its turn again. But then it sinks back into the earth and pops out next to Lump again, butting up right against the transparent stone wall. Just kind of like half in the earth, in the rocky outcroppings. Throws a fist at Lump for a 33 to hit as it pops up behind you,
That'll hit.
catching you slightly off guard, but not in the mechanical sense. 25 points of bludgeoning.
And we'll block. The shield denting
And-
under the force.
Good thing I fixed that.
Its slow falls off, and then I am within range of, let's see here, of Izori. So I'm going to roll a will save. Got a 35, so frightened comes off.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Blindness is off, and it's Glash's turn.
Glash going to go. God, he's so slow. 15 feet
so
to the
slow.
northeast. Just barely able to see this rocky monster around the corner. Gonna go ahead and cast a Briny Bolt to try to blind it.
Okay.
Natural 1 for a 15, critical miss.
Glash is not doing well on this one.
Nope, that's his turn.
Izori, it is well within range now.
Yeah, Izori will start with a piercing telekinetic projectile. She will just find the sharpest rock she can. Maybe this monster created it. Pull it from the earth. And it's a 22 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay, and then she will sustain the nudge fate on Krucka with her final action.
Okay. Lump.
Izori, if you would like to wait until I trip it, it might be easier to hit. And
you just hear from the other side
read
of
my
the stone
lips,
wall.
all 4 of them.
I'm not even sure you have lips.
You're
You
wearing
just
a
have
mask.
I can't help. Raises the shield. And then we'll go ahead and attempt to trip it. Just keep making it eat those actions. Oh, God. Rolled a 3 for a 23.
Nope.
One of these days I'll get there. You know what? We're going to try again. Matt -5. Let's go. Rolled the same thing again. So lower.
Nope.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Krucka.
Well, I wish I could use that frost thing over and over, but alas, I can't. 3 action Ring of the Ram. Give me a fortitude save.
Okay. Fortitude 28.
Okay, you will take half damage, as that is a success.
I'm real good at fortitudes, by the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was kind of the best I could hope for. You'll take 11 force damage.
Hey, that's still all right. Okay. Tulok.
Okay, Tulok will.
As it's your turn, you're kind of just flown in. You turn to like look at this creature, and this ring of the ram just comes flying out, smashes the creature, and it reacts and crumbles into the ground and disappears.
Oh.
What do you do?
Okay, Tulok is going to. I don't know, man. I can't see shit. That made my turn even harder. Tulok's going to delay.
Tulok delays. The creature just like emerges next to Krucka out of the stone to the north and tosses a punch at Krucka for 35.
That's a crit.
Dealing 50 points of damage.
Yikes.
And again, with that same smooth motion, grabs a rock and tosses it into the lake
Oh, no.
with a big boom, and this big splash of water shoots up, and then you just see the water start to vibrate. And there's ripples shooting out from this plop, but you can see this vibration across the surface of the water as a serpentine head pops out.
Oh, no.
And that's what we're going to call it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is so right.
Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.